I haven't talked about investing in a little bit, so let's talk about how I am going to invest the $20,000 that I just withdrew from TikTok One. I made $20,000 last month, just under 19,600 bucks off of TikTok One, which is where I make ads on TikTok. Last month, that's how much I made. So I just got to withdraw it today because it is payday today, and we're gonna invest. We're gonna talk about how I'm gonna use that money, how I'm gonna invest that money. So starting off right off the bat, I make sure that I have $10,000 worth of cash in an emergency fund. I always make sure I have that in my savings account ready to go if I somehow something bad happens or TikTok gets banned and I'm not making any more money or whatever. Enough money where I have that little safety net. So I have that, we're good. I've got paid 20K. So I'm currently at 21,000 total. So we have 11,000 to invest. So here's how I'm going to invest that section. Usually, I would dump all of that immediately into the S&P 500, some individual stocks, whatever. We'll talk about that. But recently, I've been investing a little bit more into the business side of things and making sure that when I'm getting people into the program, I have enough money to kind of get them an account and stuff. I'm floating some money right now where I'm lending people accounts if they're trustworthy, whatever. So I have a lot of money kind of just floating around or that I might need for business purposes. So I'm going to keep roughly like 5 to 7,000 on top of my 10 so that I can guarantee that I can immediately have that business purchase ready to go whenever I need. For example, if I were to recruit like 6 people and they all needed an account right away, I could instantly get them all of that instead of having to wait because I don't have the money to get it right now. However, that's a lot to not invest. So in future months, I might do something different where I invest all of it and then I just I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm gonna keep probably 5,000 of the 11,000 for investing into my business versus investing into the stock market. So that leaves us with $6,000 left to invest. So usually what I like to do is put roughly 70% into the S&P 500 of whatever I'm investing. So I'm going to toss, I don't know how much 70% of 6,000 is, but I think it's probably like 5K or something. I don't know. I don't know the math on that, but I'll do the math whenever I'm actually putting it in. But I'm going to invest 70% into the S&P 500 because it is the safest and the thing that's done well for me the most after all this time, and I'm growing it consistently. So I'm going to put most of it into there. And then let's say I have 1,500 or 2K left over. After that, I am going to evenly split all of that money as best I can into each mutual or each index fund or ETF that I have and each individual stock that I have. I'm going to spread it out between all of that. I don't really favor anything else besides the S&P 500. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not putting any more money into my Roth IRA just because I hate the idea of not being able to see that money until I'm like 60, 65 years old. That pains me. And I feel like what if I die, dude? What if I die before 65? I'm never going to see that money's that's just gone. I mean, it goes to the next if I had a kid or like my parents or something. But why would give me my money now, dude? Let me have access to it. And the S&P 500, at least in the last 2.5, 3 years that I've been investing, has outperformed my Roth IRA. So it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. And the Roth IRA is set to be aggressive right now. And the S&P 500 is still outperforming it. So I don't know. I feel like I'm going to keep investing in the S&P 500 over that. I have no debt to pay off besides my car, which I'm purposely right now, I'm paying off my car month by month, the regular default monthly payment that it has, because my investments are making more than the payment. So that like last chunk of money that I could use to just pay off the car, I'm keeping that in my investments because that chunk of money is earning more money than the payments, if that makes sense. So I have good debt right now, not bad debt. I guess good debt. I don't know. It's not debt that is hurting me in the long run. It's debt that I can pay off using. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I don't even know how to describe it, but it makes sense in my head. Hopefully it makes sense in your head too. But yeah, very grateful for my last month. I'm grateful to be able to invest in my business heavily and in to like my future and the stock market. Always love doing that. Very, very cool to be able to do at 21 years old. And I hope you can start doing the same thing. If you want to start making ads on TikTok, if you want to start making money and you have some extra time or you have experience with content or whatever, as long as you're in the US and you're ready to invest to be able to get an account that has 50,000 followers plus, or if you already have an account that has 50,000 followers plus, you're golden. You can get in immediately. But fill out the form in the description if you're interested. Even if you have to get an account, you can still hop on a call with me, learn more about the program, and then decide after that. No pressure. But yeah, highly recommend filling out that form and making money on TikTok and go invest.